Hi guys, welcome to the day 35 of my journey to become a 1600 player, or to become an employed person, I guess. Both the journeys are being too hard, and I'm sorry for not being in the same mood that I usually am. I'm confident in my chess skills. I'm still confident, but I'm just not in a great mood right now. And I mean, like the only time that I have to record or the best time that I have to record today is this one, so is right now. So there we are. Here we are. Let's review yesterday's match. I actually played two, but one of them doesn't really count, which was this one with 8 moves. My opponent just blundered and resigned. It was so this is not a good opening. I played a knight f6 after d4. My opponent played knight c3. I played c5. This is not good, but I thought this was. I was thinking that I should play a little bit differently. I could have taken here. I was wondering if this would be a little bit too concerning. I thought that, you know, two knights against these three pieces, it would be a little bit under development, but it looks like the engine says it was fine. So I decided to play knight f3, knight at c6, sorry. And then my opponent came up with this idea here, which is to fork my king and my rook, but then my opponent forgot that I had this. And then I took here, and then this knight is hanging. I took here, this knight was hanging, my opponent came back with the bishop, but this is just over. If I'm not wrong, it is already over. Yeah, this is already over. This knight move here was terrible. This just wins the game for me, and I was losing by 1, looks like. So I was losing, my opponent just made this big blunder. I'm sorry for the loud music, let me just turn it down a little bit here. Okay. The second match was a little bit more interesting. Full of blunders, at least by my part. It was an Italian game with knight to f6, d3, and then my opponent played bishop e4 check. I wasn't familiar with the theory, but it looks like playing c3 is the best option, which is what I did. And after my opponent played bishop to a5, I played b4, which I think is the best move here. My opponent can also play bishop b6, and then I castle. There is this option of playing a4 as well, and your opponent must play a6, otherwise, let's say they play this, and this loses the bishop, this traps the bishop, so there was this option as well. Decided to castle, and my opponent played d5, and then there is this theme here where, well, I just need to take here, and if my opponent takes back, we lose a piece, believe it or not. I didn't calculate enough to realize that. But and if they don't take, they just lose a pawn for free, which would be better for my opponent, of course, than just losing a piece. But this is already a blunder because I took here, my opponent took with the knight, which is the line that I said that lose a piece, and then I can take with the bishop, which is not what I did. But if you take with the bishop, your opponent has to take with the queen, and then you played c4. And, well, your opponent needs to leave the square here, the queen needs to leave the square, it doesn't matter where to, they lose the bishop. So yeah, this falls into the same trap that I was talking about before. Instead of playing 4a5, now you played c5, and then this wins the bishop. So this would win a piece, I didn't spot it, unfortunately. I played queen b3, and then my opponent defended with bishop to e6, the only move. Otherwise, you lose a piece. I played rook e1, looked fine, but it looks like I was wrong. But anyways, and after f6, I played d4, tried to open everything. I took here. I could have played something different. a4, it looks like it's a really good move. I don't know why. Knight bd2. This looks like messy enough for my opponent, but I don't know why a4 was that good, but okay. And then after I took everything here, I decided to play bishop to f4, which is a blunder, but because your opponent can take with the knight. But if they took with the pawn, this would be losing the game, because this, well, your opponent can take back because this hangs. This is pinned, and then well, if they go away, say here, I can just take with the rook, and this is a check, and then this goes super bad for my opponent. So yeah, that's why I played bishop to f4, but my opponent can take with the knight, which is what they did, and after I take here, they can just take with the knight back, so I lose a piece here. I could have taken the knight back here. I kind of forgot that this was a pin. Somehow I ended up forgetting this. And so I decided to not take and allow mate in 1 here. But my opponent didn't realize somehow. And I was able to save the game, believe it or not. I took here with the rook before I had the chance to. This is threatening checkmate if you didn't realize. Here this threatening checkmate, so I decided to play queen c2, but this is a tricky move. This defends this square, but also attacks this square here, so I can check and exchange the queen for a rook. Opponent didn't realize it, and then I was winning, because now that the bishop's here, I can even take the bishop back after taking the knight. So this is what happened. I took the queen with the check, and I took the knight, and then I can even take the bishop if my opponent didn't protect it with the rook. But then I played a queen to e6 just to, you know, win a tempo, remove the queen from this terrible square here, and then I decided to play knight to a3. I knew that the knight around here would be better than on d2, and after, you know, calculating a little bit for a few seconds, I realized that, you know, I didn't have enough. There was no big trouble in allowing this discover check here, because, well, the bishop is dark squared, my queen is on light square, the knight is on the light square, the rook can't be accessed here with this, for example. This is not easy, so I knew that I could just develop my stuff. And, you know, playing knight here would also fall into, no, it wouldn't fall to, yeah, it would actually fall to the discover check that I just told you. So I would need to, I don't know, I wouldn't, doesn't make any sense to cover here, so I would need to go here, and then they would take my knight, but then I would be able to check and take it back. But it was just better to not fall into this, right? It makes more sense. So yeah, I played this, checked with the rook, checked with the queen, and then checked with the knight. Yeah, this is the king. Let's chase the king here, right? I played this because I knew that if they took here, I'm pretty sure this would be mate somehow. Maybe here, then I know this or even this looks super good. I don't know. I know that I'm down a few pieces, but it looks really good, so that's why I played this. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but this looked really good. My opponent played this discover check here, protects the check, and you know, opens up for the rook. But then I just need to move the king back, and then that's it. I took the bishop. I had a faster mate here, which was to play knight to d6. And after king here, just here, this would be mate. But I decided to play sim easier here, taking here, playing a4, and then start the king chase here. I took the rook, and then this is pretty much over. With the queen, up, I just won the game easily, right? Sorry for taking too long for the review. As usual, let's go for today's match. If the website, okay. Let's go 10 minutes. Oh, and I'm not sure if I had this recorded. I don't think so, but I got a rating for as one of my opponents were cheating. It looks like one of my opponents was cheating, and then I got rewarded 80 rating back because I lost to a cheating opponent. Okay. So yeah. Let's go for today's match. 10 minutes. I'm currently sitting at 1570, which is my highest. And it looks like I'm playing white. And let's go with e4 again. Knight f3. Knight c6. Let's play the Italian, the usual Italian. And with d3 again, as my opponent played the knight f6 move here. I think I can play knight here. And I forgot about this theme here, as usual, that they can just target my light squared bishop, my Italian bishop. So I gotta draw the bishop back here, at least open this file for the rook. It's not very clear, it's just a way to play, because this is just, removes the theme of the position. Against this, what do I do? I really don't. I think I've seen a video, I think it was from Igor Smirnov, how to punish these knight pins against the queen, but I don't really remember. I really feel like this is decent. I can do this. I don't feel like my king is unsafe enough against these kind of threats, so I gotta play this. Let me just turn the sound a little bit higher here. Wow, this actually looks way worse than I thought, to be honest. I think I entered into dangerous territory here. I'm not gonna lie. Now I need to figure out how to defend this. Well, I think I have... What if I play this? If my opponent plays f6, then I can just go back. If my opponent plays... No, but this doesn't really look good. What if I play knight to d5? Knight to d5. And then... I don't know, I'm not sure if this is good enough. I think I played this wrong. I think this was terrible play. Should I sack the rook maybe? And try to play... I'm not sure if I should sack the rook. This looks really bad. That's so bad, bro. Well, I'm gonna play this. I don't care. This game's an example of how to not play this type of position, because how to not do not enter into this type of position, because this just sucks. This type of position just sucks a lot. So I gotta... What about if I take here, take... play knight here maybe? Does this even work? I think it does. Let's go with this. This position is just super dangerous to play. I'm not sure if I'm playing this correctly. I'm pretty sure I'm not. And I should play... I could actually play something like queen here and then try to castle my king to the other side. Maybe this doesn't look that bad as well. Let's go with this. It doesn't look really bad. Now this does look bad. I think I can try to take the bishop. My opponent takes back. I can play this, and then try to. But then, well, let's try this. Take back here, then play knight here. My opponent can play this. I can't. Well, if they take back here, I take here. It takes check. I won't have enough time to take, otherwise I lose the rook, so I have to check castle. But this is oddly interesting. This is oddly interesting. I am playing a crazy game here. Now I think knight here is decent because now I have to castle. If I let my opponent play this, and I'm just losing the game. So this is the only move. I could castle, but I will lose the knight, so it doesn't really make any sense. And I'm pretty sure I'm playing a game that is not a good example. Pretty sure. But yeah, let's go here, and then try to castle on the next turn. Not sure if I'll be allowed to, but that's what I'm hoping for. My opponent already played the move that I was considering. I might not even castle. No, I feel like castling is good enough. I was considering king d2, but then it would be weird as well. Fortunately, I don't have much time. I'm way behind my opponent in time. I can play. I think this is the only move, unless I'm blundering something here, but this is the only move. I was already hoping for this move. Wait, no, but this blunders a tempo, which is super bad for my opponent if I'm not mistaken. This is super bad. I now have time for this, and then after, you know, playing something like knight to here, I can, you know, take here. And then I think I'm super fine here. I must be fine here. I don't believe in being bad here. Yeah, worse here. I don't believe in this. I believe this is good enough. Well, this doesn't really look good, but I have think I have this. I think I have enough tempo for this. And then try to protect here. Maybe I have enough tempo for this. Here. And then I can save the knight. Can I save the knight though? If my opponent checks me. Well, they can't check here because of this knight here. If they move here, can take. But then... do I even have counterplay? I'm not sure. Well, I can't even go back here, so I can save the knight. I'm gonna try, I don't care. Well, now I have this. I forgot that they had this move here, but I now have this. I'm not sure if I have this though. I think I blundered the game. Yeah, I actually blundered the game. I shouldn't play this. It doesn't really make any sense. It's not that I'm not winning that much on saving this knight here from this pin. Yeah, I blundered the game. Pretty poorly. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Hopefully I have enough counterplay for this, but it doesn't really make any sense. I think there's enough counterplay. Hopefully it is enough counterplay. Otherwise I just lost the game. Maybe with this and then this and... I happily accept this. I happily accept this trade. Now I take here. Do I take here? I don't really have much time to think, so I'll just take here. I gotta play this. Here. Oh, this hanged the knight. I forgot about the knight. Oh my god. Fuck. Now there is this pass pawn here that I need to be careful of. Unfortunately, I lost this game. Yeah, I lost the game. Yeah. Shit, bro. I think I missed a lot of stuff here, but this was so unfortunate to play to lose, right? But I'm pretty sure, yeah, made 2 blunders, 4 misses. This middle game accuracy was terrible. I played this pretty poorly. Should have played this. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I knew this was a good... I had my chances here. Isn't this... Oh, this loses the knight, yeah, of course. That's why I couldn't play this line here. I forgot that this line was bad. So I was better here. I should have played knight here, and after my opponent took here, I could have played this then. Makes sense. Now, if my opponent plays this, then I have what? Take here. Take. Oh, it doesn't really matter how he takes, right? Okay. I was considering this knight move there, I think. I don't really remember if I was considering this move, but okay. Yeah, it looks like saving this knight here is just terrible. Was this a blunder somehow? Wow, I could have taken like this. And then what? Does this win the game or what? Oh, this actually wins the game. If you take like this, I check. If king here, check. Just lose the queen, wow. Oh my god, I had so many chances to win this game, but I didn't spot them. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, okay, I'll take the L because I didn't deserve a win here. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.